Hey everybody, this is John Carter from Absolute Wealth. What a day in the markets. We had S&Ps here. This is the S&P 500 cash index. Blew through what was looking to be strong support at 1340. Now what happened today is that news came out that they were doing the stress test on the Spanish banks, and instead of the Spanish banks coming out and saying, oh yeah, we're okay, everything's fine, they came out and they decided that they actually needed $80 billion. That is $80 billion, and that freaked the markets out. Of course, you know, if that's what's wrong with Spain, what's wrong with everybody else? So now kind of a new line in the sand here is going to be 1340. You can see that that is the top of this trend line, okay, right here. That also lines up with the 55 period moving average, which is that purple line. And at this point, I would look for actually a kickback rally back to 1340, and that's where the new battle is going to begin. At this point, it's one of those things where it's like I want to establish some new positions here, but I want to see how the markets handle this. If the markets can actually get back through 1350 right here, we're off and running. We're going to new highs. If we get here and get rejected, we could retest the lows. So what do you do in a situation like that? You have to hurry up and wait about a day or two after a big reaction like this to see what happens next. Okay. So what about the other major markets? Well, when you get a day like this, when people panic, okay, and people did panic today when they found out that the Spanish banks were in such trouble, okay, so they dump everything. In fact, we'll come back to gold. First thing we're going to look at is a 30-year bond, okay. 30-year bond ticked up 19-30 seconds. That shows that there's a flight to quality. And if, in fact, if you look at this squeeze is getting ready to fire off, and the squeeze essentially means that we're getting ready for a new move, and this indicates that this is going to go higher, okay. That does indicate that there's going to be kind of a flight to quality, okay, and that's also why the dollar index went up today as well. In fact, this is a big breakout on the dollar, and that's going to continue to put downward pressure on the euro. Think of it this way. Yes, I know that everybody's concerned about the U.S. dollar, but essentially the U.S. dollar is a better choice right now than the euro. It's also incredibly liquid, which for hedge funds is more important than anything else. They want to be liquid so they can get out, okay? Coming back to gold, though, since now why, you might ask, well, why didn't gold go up on a day like this? Well, part of it is dollar strength, and part of it is when people panic and they need to put money into bonds, they sell everything, including gold. So that's why you saw gold get hammered today, and that's why you saw silver get annihilated today, okay, down almost 6%. I mean, that's a big, big move on silver. All right. Also, crude oil today. This is a continued kind of European woes here. Crude oil coming down to retest these key lows here, right down at about 70, 78, 77.50, and we're slamming right into that, okay? All right, so what about some stocks that I like here? I love the Amazon. I think Amazon is holding up great. Today, it was up at $2 at one point. It got hit with the market sell-off, down $2.72. However, you've got, it's well above support. This is the support zone here that I'm looking at. And you've got a nice long signal here. So I'm looking at, you could either buy the stock outright here on Amazon, or what I like here is buying the July, okay, I'll write this out with my mouse, the July 215 calls, and essentially looking for a bounce back to 230 where we could flip those out for a profit. Stop loss on this would be the 55 period moving average, okay? All right, so again, just think of this. We got a battle coming up, 1340 on the S&Ps. Amazon, I really like this stock on the long side. I think it'll do well even if the market doesn't. And then we will be playing a hurry up and wait game to see where we close the week. Where these markets close the week will make an impact for the next several weeks in terms of key levels. Okay? We will see you guys at the next update.